going on YouTube? Figured I'd go ahead and do video number 2 now. Last night I was kind of sleepy when I did that last one. It was like 12 o'clock in the morning. So it's about 12 noon today here in Virginia, and I'm feeling good. Just had some breakfast. So I was talking to my girlfriend Maya this morning, and she was talking about how she is noticing a lot of women who are staying with men for long periods of time, and these men treat them like trash. Well, anybody that knows me know that I wouldn't say I'm hard on men, but I'm just to the point in my life now where I realize, well, I feel like if men can get their lives together and get right with God, then everyone else will do the same, because of the level of influence that a respectable man can have on his peers, his wife, his girlfriend, his kids, the people he coaches, the people he teaches, or whatever. He has that influence that could change people's lives and to get them to want to follow. Like we're born to lead. So like I said, I guess I am kind of hard on men. So, you know, she was talking about this, and I figured I'd speak on it a bit. So here goes. I see, like, when these women will get with these men, the reason why they stay with them so long in and of itself is comfortability. I believe that's why anybody stays in a relationship. It's really difficult to start over, you know, and when you're starting from scratch over and over again, it's like it's kind of a hassle, and then you got to meet the families and get used to a whole new set of people. Most people don't even feel like going through all that. So I do understand that aspect of it. But if the man is not is not treating you the way that you deserve to be treated, then by all means, it's definitely worth taking a chance to venture out into the world to see, to venture out away from that relationship, to see what else is out there for you. And I'm not saying go chase anybody. I would never recommend a woman to go chasing behind a man. You know, the pursuit, I feel, should be reserved for the male. I feel like the man should pursue her and court that woman, you know what I mean? And while she can be a lady, you know, so I feel like because there's so many different fish in the sea. I mean, simple as that. So many fish in the sea. There's bound to be somebody else that's gonna treat you a little bit better than the one that you're with. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder anyway. Maybe it's gotten to the point to where the man that you're with doesn't value you. He doesn't. Your worth. You're not worth the same amount that you were to him when he first got with you. Ooh, didn't think of that, did you? You're not worth what you were originally worth to him. To him. And don't get me wrong. No, I'm not saying that you're not worth anything. I'm talking about to that particular man. And since beauty is in the eye of the beholder, maybe you need somebody else to behold you, because the one that you're with, if he treats you like an option, then I mean, what's the point of continuing to stay with him if he's constantly, if he has backups on deck? I know a lot of people do this. Well, a lot of men more so. They'll keep people in their lives, like maybe, what am I gonna say? They'll keep people around, or just close enough, or like other women around, just close enough so that if something happens with the person that they're currently with, they can just say goodbye and they got somebody on deck, you know, ready and waiting to be with them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's fair to either party. And so I definitely don't recommend being with somebody who is like that, because obviously they don't value the relationship enough to be exclusive to you. Like no one values exclusivity anymore. Everybody wants to be out and do everything with a bunch of different people, and that's just not wise. It's unwise in my opinion, because you tend to put your relationship in jeopardy. But to these women that stay with these men so long, you know, that treat them like garbage, I can tell you right now, and let me go ahead and clarify this first and foremost. I'm in no way, shape, or form in any of these videos going to big up myself or to act like I am the epitome of male. I feel like the epitome of man, period, male or woman, human, was God when he sent his son, Jesus. Jesus is the epitome. He is the example. But I will say this, I live my life as a direct vessel to try and make him alive in modern day. You understand what I'm saying? So me growing up in this era, in this generation, and seeing God manifested in my life the way that he has, it makes me want to be different. So I'm trying to make my existence through Jesus now. I'm trying to make my existence be the reason why the people who know me do not settle for a sucker. Sorry. She's not going to stay with you that long if she sees that somebody is actually trying. That's it. Somebody's actually trying. And what I mean by trying is I'm trying to live like Jesus did. That's how we are. We're meant to be like him. There's nothing wrong with serving God and wanting to do the right thing and not wanting to be like the rest of this world, because I see the world. I see the pain that they're in, and I see what they go through, and I see that they have no way out. That's the problem. The world teaches you to get drunk, get high, and whatever else to deal with the problems of life. You only live once, YOLO, right? Nah, that's not the way to go. The way to go is to get that, I said it in the last video too, to get that permanent fix to those temporary solutions. Excuse me, no, not temporary solutions to those problems. Those problems that you go through, that pain, you need a permanent fix. You don't need a temporary solution. The temporary solution is the world's way. The temporary solution is the world's way. The permanent is God's way. And when you, like, that's a sign of fear too, also, if you're not wanting to leave the person you're with. But I mean, sometimes you have to step out. How will you ever answer this question? How will you ever know if there's a person right down the street that is just for you if you never venture out? I'm not saying do this while you're still with the person, but you gotta take a chance, because I said in the last video too, but just not in this type of detail. It takes that loss. Like when you lose something or when you get rid of something, you're gonna realize, it always makes you come to a realization. It's gonna be one of two things. It's gonna be you're gonna regret what you lost and you're gonna want it back, or you're gonna realize you had some crap, and you just want something completely different, or you're gonna realize it was just that. I mean, no, yeah, those two things, that's enough. You're gonna realize you're gonna feel like you had some crap and you deserve better, and then you're gonna just regret what you had. And people end up regretting things at a later time. It doesn't necessarily happen right away. It's not necessarily something that just happens just like that. But I mean, it is what it is. You want to know, right? You want to know if he's meant for you. You want to know if this is who you're supposed to be with. So you have to venture out. You have to try something different. My bishop always says, if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. So because you're so comfortable being with whatever his name is, you're never gonna meet the man who serves God. Let me tell you this, and then I'll end the video. You want a man who serves God because he not only answers to you and has a conscience towards you and what you feel, but the man of God has a conscience and a heart for what God wants, which is very, very important in this generation. You want somebody who is going to be held accountable for his actions, because a lot of times, I can tell you right now, these men, they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They just want to do whatever they want to do because they figure, you're not the boss of me. I'm the man. I'm the alpha dog, or whatever the case may be. Don't let that crap fool you. He is not the only man in this world. She is not the only woman in this world. It's okay to try. You won't know unless you try. You will never know unless you try. try. So forget the comfortability, forget being afraid to start over, because if you don't start over, you got to deal with what you're dealing with for a long time. Lying, cheating, stealing, lack of respect, who knows? It could be violent or verbal abuse. It could be anything. You want to continue to deal with that. You don't want it to be to the point where you can just relax, because I'll say this and then I'm going to leave the video for real. This time I'm really closing. A real man is relief for his woman. Remember that. A real man is relief for his woman. Hope you enjoyed my second video. Bye, YouTube. Deuce.